craft beer lovers. I know we're slightly delayed. This was supposed to be like a week or so ago, but we made it 3 years. 3 hard years of wearing masks, getting shots in the arm, and finally got it. Put me down. I was down for a couple of days. Fortunately, never lost taste. It got a little weird, but I never lost it. More fatigue and fever, and finally up to feeling almost normal, and that was weeks ago. So, yeah, it happens. I think everyone's getting it this time of year, so we just need to be careful, be smart, take care of yourself, and just accept that, you're gonna dodge a bullet for so long, but after 3 years of dodging it, it's gonna catch you. Yeah. So we've done beer pairing with chocolate in the past, but this is a unique suggestion that really caught my attention, and I got this from the Brewmaster's Table. This was put out in 2000, of course I have my notes, 2003 from Garrett Oliver, who I have met. He didn't sign this book for me, but I won't tell who this book was signed to because I don't want to get that person in trouble for then selling it. But I have had 2 signed books from Garrett Oliver. The other is he put out the Oxford's Companion to Beer, also in 2003. A little bit about Garrett. He started in 1994 as the brewmaster at Brooklyn Brewery. Yeah, I know.
94. Wow.
They were one of the OGs. They were really early there. And he has been on Martha Stewart. He's been on tons of talk shows championing how beer pairing can really work and trying to put beer back instead of just snack watching football to actually part of cuisine, which it used to be, and definitely where he discovered his love for beer, which was across the pond in Europe. It's much more on the table during regular meals versus here. But he had something weird, so we're gonna try it. They have a dark chocolate stout. It's an imperial stout. It is 10% ABV, so it's a solid boy. Could not find the IBUs on it, but I know it's going to be bitter because typically imperial stouts are anywhere from 50 to 90. But keep in mind that's more from the roast of the malt, less of the hop bitterness. So it's going to be bitter, but it's going to be more roasted malt. In fact, the notes on it are chocolate and espresso, which is something you would expect out of that. He suggests pairing it with vanilla ice cream, making a beer float. Instead of a root beer float, a beer float, which makes sense because root beer is kind of malt based too, and this is malt. Oh, and a quick story. Grater's was the only one I could find vanilla ice cream in this size. Grater's is if you ever get a chance to have any kind of Grater's, have it. It's out of Cincinnati. It was on one of Oprah's favorite things back in the day. Mm-hmm. Totally agree with her on it. It is outstanding. The only other kind we could find in this size, the ones you get for kids' parties, and I don't. Yeah. I'm not buying, 8 small this size of vanilla that tastes like.
But what you're forgetting
garbage.
is that he actually tried one of our local grocery stores for just the vanilla. Of course, they didn't have it because the grocery stores had
the 8-pack of the kids' vanilla to keep them happy. I guess pour the beer and put this on top I'll pour it like 3/4 up and then put that on top.
I've never actually made a root beer float.
I cannot remember the last time I made a root beer float.
Okay, please feel free to comment if we do it incorrectly.
Yes.
And you are a professional.
Yes, a professional
beer float maker.
Nice head on that. Good. I waited enough time to get a nice scoop. And it goes. Yeah, good thing I only did half full because it was going to do that. And in it goes. So yeah, beer and chocolate are, well, if you pick the right beer, goes well with chocolate. Stouts, porters, especially barrel-aged kind of beers will go with it. Didn't we do, was it Night Bear? So we did with different chocolate. Yeah, so once again, an barrel-aged imperial stout. So it's in there. Oh, son of a gun. Yep, knew that was going to happen.
Guess who's going to clean this up?
Oh God, it's still going too. That's. Oh. That's kind of fun. That is. Other than the mess. There you go. Have some, messy girl.
You guys don't know how hard it is for me not to be cleaning this up right now.
Yes. Oh, it's part of the show. It won't take but a minute. Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
No. The beer on its own, although I should have it out of a vessel, but just to taste it this way, that's nothing but all. Yeah, it's somewhere between a very, very dark chocolate, like one of those high cacao chocolates, and espresso.
Yeah.
It's kind of good. Messy. I would.
Well, you don't make it on a counter like that.
Don't make it on a counter like that. Also make it, I guess, even less than half full. It got foamy as all get
I
out,
probably would
too.
put the ice cream in first, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it would foam over then still.
Yeah.
Because you notice once I put it in, that's when it foamed out. No, I would call it a most success. Success for taste. Execution, we're working on it. So, happy February. All of you out there, please be smart. Enjoy the season. We're fortunately getting warmer, thankfully. St. Patrick's Day is coming. I'm wrapping this up because she keeps on staring at this mess.
I know, I'm not even
attack her in
looking
a
at it.
second.
Yeah, I'm thinking about something else.
She's
Like-
trying to think about something else. But solid B+ on taste, D on execution. We'll fix it next time. Remember, drink craft beer, but drink it responsibly. Don't ever not try and have fun with beer, because that's what it's about.
Just make a mess. That's
Just
okay.
make a mess. That's fun. That's why God invented stuff like that, for us to clean up messes.
Clean up. There's towels.
There's always a mess to clean up. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks. St. Patrick's Day coming. We'll talk about that and talk about ways to have good craft beer during it. See you in a few weeks.